So let's make sure you fully understand what instruments you need to work with, what evidence you need to gather while I'm directly observing you. So you'll be using a question instrument, and you'll probably recognise this document. If I just move it up a little bit, you have the mapping there when you're doing the trialling your basic assessment tool with the Make a Presentation. So this is the one from the last module that I demonstrated for you. So I had a question there: what are the 3 effective communication techniques you could employ? And then you can see the red text benchmark response. Okay. Now, when you're trialling that, if they're not nailing those answers, you've done a little bit of self-assessment and realised, look, I'm going to have to ask some enabling questions because they're just not really sure where I'm headed with this. It was way too general to talk about effective communication techniques unless I've provided them with a YouTube or some instruction fairly close by to when you would be conducting the question instrument. So you might have a bit of a backup plan. So if there's not a satisfactory response, you'd be, say, using another colour. So you'd put NS for not satisfactory there. And then if it's not satisfactory, you would have to be putting some more enabling questions. So you're leaving it in your colour coding. So we're leaving it there in blue perhaps. And then you would be putting your next benchmarked response. So we're being a little bit more explicit in our question now, and this is a real art form, how to ask these questions. And this is only going to come through trial and error and committing to quality assurance. So instead of asking what are 3 effective communication techniques, that might just be a little bit too general. Let's look at specifics that anyone could answer. Describe the body language when a learner is interested. Okay, and so then they can probably think back to a time that they were in school or in a training session, and they could tell the interested ones from not, and they've got half a chance then to come up with some examples of some body language there. So I've just given a few ideas and put etc. So there's a range within the benchmark. How would you give positive feedback? And, you know, some of the responses, or you might then prompt them, you know, verbally, what would you say if you were giving positive feedback? And then, you know, it would be something to the effect of, you've got it, or well done, or yes, that's it. Anything that you would deem as satisfactory, that's reasonable. And then the non-verbal. There's a third one, because we asked for 3 effective communication techniques, 1, 2, 3. When you've looked at that, you can see they're far more explicit. And that's part of this self-assessment and trialling phase. So that was your first instrument, okay? That's your questioning instrument. The second one is your observation checklist. So I've got that up here as well. So during the demonstration of skills, did the candidate assess training resources? So this is for the Make a Presentation one. So you can either tick yes or tick no. So unlike our questioning instrument where it was S or NS, you're actually placing in the observation checklist a yes or a no tick. And then right at the end, based on the fact that they have got yes or not applicable, that there's no no's in there, you can mark them satisfactory.